say true. You have returned. Now you say true. Did you succeed? I state a fact. Baxiltga is a necromancer. Death is a hindrance, nothing more. Still, with the grave stakes returned, we can once again remember our ancestors. The Naga Corps would thank you, but they dislike outsiders, so take this reward instead. The Naga Corps need no help, but when the river runs dry, it's best to look elsewhere for water. Come back later. Carnivorous Plants. The necromancer of Bokzul corrupts harmless plants, turns them into monsters. They spread from the ritual site, endangering the tribe's hunters and gatherers. I need someone to get to the root of the problem and cut it out. I sigh at the innocence of outsiders. Killing plants isn't enough. You must burn the heart roots. Go to Bokzul, burn the corrupted heart roots, and kill the necromancer, Baxiltga. Then the tribe will be safe. For a while. Swift action yields swift results. Get to it. I will explain, so listen well. The necromancer's evil magic corrupts the soil, corrupts the roots. It turns plants into monsters. The carnivorous plants spread out of Bokzul and endanger the tribe. Only way to kill the plants is to burn the roots. Where else? That's where the necromancer performs his vile rituals. That's where the heart roots grow. Remember, Baxiltga is an evil necromancer. Evil necromancers can be killed, but they have a bad habit of returning. Like weeds they are.
Your steps show determination, and your eyes curiosity. Tell me what you seek, Biko. Ah, yes. I carved this many seasons ago. I hoped it would convince my beloved Kudnakal to join me for our tribe's next bonding ritual, but I lost the totem before it could be presented. Of course, this was when I was still a female. The Hist, in all its endless gifts, allows us to change many aspects of ourselves. Our gender is but one. I highly recommend such a change, should you ever get the chance. If we had spoken a week ago, it would have been so. But as fate would have it, Kudnakal has recently undergone a change herself. Thank you for bringing me this letter and totem. They should make fine gifts for my beloved. I will present these gifts to Kudnakal when the next bonding ritual is announced. I simply must tweak my poem, perhaps refine my carving, and all shall be ready. The ceremony bonds those who have chosen to lay an egg together. Many dry skins compare it to a wedding. This is not entirely accurate, of course. While there is always respect between the bonded pair, romantic feelings are not strictly necessary. I had every intention to. Days I devoted to carving, to writing just the right words. I worked outside the village, not wanting Kudnakal to see my gift before it was finished. And then, a bog bloat invaded my camp. Exactly so. I had no time to carve another totem before the ceremony, and so the opportunity was lost. But thanks to your kindness, I have been given yet another chance. I erect the spine of gratitude to you, Biko, as do my future hatchlings. Each tribe has their own traditions, but there are commonalities. A tree minder performs the ceremony before the hist. The bonded pair are blessed with good health and vibrant fertility. And then commences the bonding, as it were. This varies. Sometimes the decision is based on an emotional connection, other times merely a physical attraction. Some tribes even use such ceremonies to strengthen their political connections. Take the Brightthroats, for example. Oh, well, I simply believe we would have very becoming hatchlings. That is all. Ah, my Deek Biko. So good to see you again. As you can see, I have wasted no time. Is not Kudnakal lovely? It is my hope that we shall have many beautiful hatchlings together, and that hope is only possible because of you.
So, you are the one Shalmat spoke of. I would like to offer my thanks. Without your intervention, my beloved may have never told me how he felt. Now we plan to bond next season. Fast? Why, I've known Shalmat since we were hatchlings. Always I have pined for him, but never was I certain he shared my affection. I only now wait a season to bond on his insistence. In our tribe, it is traditional for the female to initiate such relationships, and even though I now take such a form, I suppose old habits are hard to forget. But at least we are together. What a sun-blessed day this is!
Have you heard that Cyrodiilic Collections managed to obtain the Golden Skull of Bilakar?
What? Really? That artifact has been lost for centuries.
Do not be a limp fish. You did right coming to me. I sense there are more coils to this snake than a mere property dispute.
Thank you for all your help. I now see my fears were overblown. Sulakish has been nothing but pleasant.
Welcome back. Your footfalls have a very peculiar quality, did you know? You bear much weight on your shoulders, I sense. No doubt you have spoken to the claimants. Tell me, what have you learned? Ah, and from what Chuksu has told me, she also plans to sell the farm. Most likely to pay off the debts she undoubtedly has with such a habit. What of Nurhe? And so it all comes together. Paheza steals from her egg sister to pay off her debt to Nurhe. The salt rice farm suffers as a result. Nurhe uses this to his advantage and forces Kimaru into debt as well. The answer is now clear. The two parties must meet. Acquire oil from both a mature bog willow and a perfumed snapper. You must keep these oils separate, of course. It is a shadow scale custom. The oils help separate those who cling from that which they cling to. In this case, a dispute which has lasted far too long. Have patience. Soon all will be clear. Have both Nurhe and Paheza rub the oil into their scales and tell them to meet at the town's entrance. There, the matter will finally be put to rest. In Murkmire, the decision of a shadow scale is absolute. Chukzu may have sun-blessed intentions, but one cannot merely ask an eel to fly. It must be pierced by an arrow and shot upwards. This you shall see.
you! Who are you? What are you doing in there?
Inu kal soku hoto grill.
Success? Do not let my lack of dancing and cheering fool you. I am very impressed. I did not think you would secure the clues we need so quickly. How did you fare in there? That is good. Taking a life closes more doors than it opens. A valuable lesson that goes largely unheeded by the Lilmoth Oljel and my Naga cousins. But again, my tongue wanders. We should discuss Famia's lost friends. What did you find? The blackguards? Kayak. They are a cruel bunch. Mostly tribeless Nagas and dry-skin Ojels. So, the Dragonstar Caravan Company provides spy reports to the blackguards. Then the blackguards snatch up the explorers when they stray outside the city walls. It is Deadwater make, but a Deadwater Naga would never give up a weapon willingly. Perhaps the blackguards tried to abduct Deadwater warriors too. I cannot be sure. I have heard nothing, but the Deadwater tribe never admits weakness. My doubt spine quivers, but there is only one way to find out. I will send word to my Deadwater friend, Jaxic Orn. You should return to Familia. Tell her what we discovered and encourage her to stay indoors. She will be safer there, I think. A murder in the heart of Lilmoth. Yes, that would be Jaxic Orn, I think. A call or war captain of the Deadwater tribe. Perhaps she came looking for that weapon you recovered. Jaxic and I are good friends. She would never admit it, though. Yes, why would I not be? Things are not so simple here, Biko. Naga warriors kill and kidnap and steal, yes. But we are all children of the root. If the Hist wills it, Jaxic might even kill me eventually. But she will still be my friend. Oh yes, definitely. Like I said, there are no guarantees with the Deadwater tribe. It is like dealing with one of your stray bark dogs, I think. Scratch its chin right, it will listen. Scratch its chin wrong, it will rip out your throat.
You're back. Excellent! Did you find Zukas? Any word on my missing explorers? Blackguards? Oh, those ill-mannered brutes are the worst kind of trouble. I have more unwelcome news. Our companions, Zadaza and Kirsteleth, have also gone missing. Zadaza went to conduct her own investigation. Kirsteleth decided to tag along. Really? I can't imagine that they'd be enthusiastic about helping us, but I suppose Zukas would know best. Before you go, would you mind sharing what you've learned with someone else? Cyrodiilic Collection's primary benefactor is just upstairs. Oh, goodness. I never even mentioned her before, did I? Her name is Cassandra, a wealthy antiquarian of great renown. She's been an invaluable partner, just like you. If you'll just follow me upstairs, I'll... Oh, wait. Here she is now.
The adventurer you mentioned, Familia. Excellent. Greetings. I am Cassandra. I regret that it's taken me so long to make your acquaintance. Familia told me all about your heroics in the Zanmir. Speaking of heroics, thank you for trying to find our lost explorers. Abducted by blackguards, were they? Very well. I do hope you will exercise caution. The blackguards are not particularly bright, but what they lack in intellect they make up for in brute strength. Our friend Zukas, for all his many virtues, is not a warrior. Yes, I'm familiar with Jaxic Orn, a very proud warrior. Hopefully not too proud. If we have common cause with the Deadwater tribe, it only makes sense to cooperate. Compromise and collaboration rest at the very heart of all great endeavors. Blackguards. Unwelcome news, isn't it, Whiptail?
I'll handle it. Give me 2 hours.
No. Our new friend has the situation well in hand.
Part of me wishes I could go with you, but I'm sure I'd just get in the way. I can swing a book as hard as the next scholar, but I doubt even Wendell Castian's prodigious Hellstrom Codex could fell one of those blackguards. Just be careful.
Please, don't let me keep you. You have important work to do.
Though the Saxhleel generally choose to live
Anytime
in
I can
tribes
cheer when
based
a
around
dark
the
elf
history.
dies, I'll do it.
Lilmond is a merchant
Especially a
town.
dark elf.
How joyous it is to see you return unharmed. Tell me, were you able to find the Vaka tablet? Most excellent. Only 11 more tablets, and the Zinche Konu will be complete. And though I can no longer aid you, I do wish you luck. Please, take this reward. You have done much to earn it. Please, let me know as soon as the 11 remaining tablets have been found.
Welcome to my home, Biko. You arrived just in time. I arranged a meeting with my dead water friend, Jaxic Orn. She is very proud, so we must use a breeze-like touch. This will be a brief and probably bloody meeting if we do not. Cassandra, yes. You and Familia would have to speak to her, I guess. I am glad she sees the wisdom in talking to the Deadwater tribe. Cassandra has many flaws, but stupidity is not among them. You need me to describe them? She wears her flaws like I wear my feathers. Cassandra is vexovite. You would say persnickety, I think? Well, you would probably not say that. That is a very stupid word. But you take my meaning. She is very particular. For Cassandra, all the world is a mess. She loves clean angles, good posture, fitting things snug in tiny boxes. It is a very dry way to live, but who am I to judge? She probably thinks I am lazy because I sleep 14 hours a day.
I see their approach. You make me wait too long, Zukas. The Deadwater tribe goes to war with the Blackguards, yes. I hunt one of them even now. But we do not need or want your help. Now, go back to your coast town, Ogel. The swamp will eat you if you do not.
So, it is true. The Blackguards take hostages from the Deadwater tribe as well. As I said, Jaxic is very proud, but she would be a valuable ally if we could convince her to let us help. Too bad she runs away, yes? At least we have a lead. Yes, she said she was hunting a Blackguard even now, right? Did you see how her throat fins spread? How her pupils dilated and her tail stiffened as she turned to leave? Her prey is very, very close. We only need to follow her. We hunt the hunter. Scan the swamp for the bent reeds and broken fronds she leaves in her wake. The trail should eventually lead us to friend Jaxic and the Blackguard she hunts. Simple, I think. Crouch down, Biko. Look for bent stalks, torn leaves, or muddy prints. Should be easy. Jaxic Orn rarely sneaks around danger. She goes through it, always. Jaxic, approach carefully.
I grind my fangs. Following a dead water call is the act of a fool or a maniac. Sojay says fools and maniacs both bleed red. I will repeat myself. Once. I do not need your help. I hunt these blackguards alone. Our business is settled. Leave. The Ogel stands its ground. Brave. Or stupid. A flock of flat-toothed blackguards took refuge in this ravine. They snatched up some of my egg-kin, your allies too, and threw them in cages. Now Sojay and I will hack these grills to pieces. I narrow my eyes. You and the Brightthroat wish to join me on this raid rather than pick the bones when the work is done. Fine. Burn the wagons. Smash their supplies. Kill any that oppose you. When all lies in ashes, we will speak again. You and Zukas so enjoy waggling your tongues. Fine. What do you wish to know? Sojay is my weapon, hewn from the bones and teeth of my fallen egg brother. Many beasts and Ogels have felt its bite. Now these blackguard savages will feel it too. Talk? No. Sojay shouts, always. Blood, fear, glory. All is meat to Sojay. I tighten my fist. Blackguards are limp-tailed savages. Honorless Nagas mostly, who nest in Black Rose Prison. Cowards that value metal coins more than water. When they stray into dead water lands, we kill them. No. I will save these kidnapped warriors, but they will have much to answer for when they return to Deadwater Village. If Rajkal Seelan's temper flares, they may wish they had not been rescued at all. War Chief to the Deadwater tribe. He is old and ill-tempered. He forgives when it suits him, but it suits him rarely. There are few chiefs greater than Seelan. Impatience bristles my quill. Sick Orn, Deadwater Call. You know this already. Why do you ask me to repeat something you already know? I blink my eyes. Zukas did not tell you more. That is surprising. Zukas never tires of talking. I am a warrior. Sojay and I hunt and kill the Deadwater tribe's many enemies. There is nothing more to say. Zukas and I are not friends. A Naga Call has no friends. Only allies and prey. Zukas is often an ally, so he is permitted to speak in Deadwater Village. A great honor. He is rarely an ally in war, though. This is Hewe. Odd. And also annoying. Finally, you speak sense. Bare your fangs, Ogel. The hunt begins.
So it's a fight? I fight best from the shadows, Biko. I leave the direct approach to you.
mud, dry skin.
You! Thank Ifray! Please get us out of here!
Run, you mudlegs! Zadazai's done with this place.
So, these dry skins are good for something, after all.
I hate this swamp! I'm never coming back!
Step away, Bright Throat. This one belongs to the Deadwater tribe.
It seems my friend Jaxic has been playing with her food. You should speak to her before she does something stupid.
These Argonians are crazy! Please! You can't let them kill me! I surrendered! I had nothing to do with the abduction of that lizard's people. I swear it!
This one is known to us Ogel, a blackguard savage who led the raid on our people. Now in our Hist's mighty name, I will hack it dead. If you want to talk to it, be quick. Sojay is thirsty, and Sithis is waiting. I roll my eyes. Murder? When you gut a fish, is it murder? No. You only object because this fish walks upright and has a face. The Ogel is an animal, a foolish one. The Deadwater tribe does not suffer animals like this to live. I bare my teeth. A Naga prays for repercussions daily outsider. Blackguards slither about in Deadwater territory often. Too often. Perhaps finding this Ogel in pieces will finally lure them into open combat. Then we will skin them like catfish.
As always, Jaxic's beady Naga eyes see only vengeance and mayhem. I see opportunity. This blackguard is a survivor. Survivors are useful. If she returns to her swordkin with tales of what she witnessed here, it could discourage future attacks. How quickly Jaxic forgets she is a kidnapper herself. The blackguards do not know the Deadwater tribe as I do. Let this dryskin tell her tale. By sparing one, we terrify 100. An ancient tactic, Biko, but very effective.
These Argonians are crazy! Please, You can't let them kill me. I surrendered. I had nothing to do with the abduction of that lizard's people. I swear it. How in oblivion should I know? Orders came down to watch the captives. I didn't ask why. Maybe I should have, but I've got a daughter at home. If I don't follow orders, she doesn't eat. I had nothing to do with the abductions. I'm telling the truth. Mara's mercy. You'd let that Naga murder a prisoner. Just let me think. All right. There was an interrogator who grilled a few of the captives. Something about a remnant. Yes, the Remnant of Argon. He was asking everyone about it, even the Nagas. Yes, some Argonian relic, maybe? I really have no idea what the Remnant is. Word is there's someone with a heavy purse willing to pay out a fortune for any information, but that's all I know. Please don't make my daughter an orphan.
So the blackguards seek the remnant. That is unwelcome news. Even so, killing a single bound prisoner will save no lives. Friend Jaxic thinks it is justice. It is not. Release the blackguard. Spare this one life, and we may save many more. I cannot be sure, but that is no bad thing. Nothing leads to more death than the need for certainty. You cut down many blackguards and laid waste to their operation. Let this dryskin describe it to her friends. Then they will know fear.
Brave, Ojel. But foolish.
Thank you. I'm finished with the blackguards. You have my word.
I shake my head. You think like a bright throat, exposing your soft underbelly to make peace. That sort of thinking may help you in Lilmoth, but it will see you killed in the deep murk. If you wish more words, speak to Zukas. He has many to spare.
You made the right decision, Biko. Thank you. So, the Ojels have learned about the Remnant of Argon. That is frustrating. Something I cannot discuss, for now. Return to Familia and tell her this. She is a friend to the Saxleal, but the Remnant is not some stone cup or golden idol. It is something much greater and more dangerous.
I hiss with fury. How did these Ojel beasts learn about the Remnant?
We will find out, Jaxic, provided you do not kill them all.
I prepare to leave this place. What more do you want, Ojel? I bristle my war spines. I will return to Deadwater Village and gather the warriors for a blood council. Blackguard hunting season must begin. Now. All? No. Most. Perhaps. These savages cannot take the Remnant of Argon. If it means the death of every blackguard and Deadwater warrior, so be it. One does not stop the other. Sojay and I will hunt both Remnant and blackguard. Join the hunt if you wish, but do not stand in our way.
You again. Here to tell me the Shadow Scale's judgment, are you? Well, let me hear it. Negotiate? With that spineless Kuda? Fine. Besides, it's about time that someone put Nurhe in his place. There's no doubt that the Shadow Scale will agree with my claim. What's this? Smells like perfume. I'll do as the Shadows, not stupid enough to go against her wishes. And I'll attend the meeting too. Make no mistake. Good luck getting Nurhe to agree to come. He hasn't deigned to speak to me once since Kimaru died. Just uses Chiksu to relay messages. Oh, so you finally caught wind of the truth, did you? Nurhe's the whole reason I'm like this, you know. Gave me my first bottle of skooma free of charge. The bottles afterward, of course, were plenty costly. What do you know? Who are you to judge me? It was different before, you know. I had a life. I had a family. And now I have nothing. Nothing but a muddy scrap of land that might let me finally move on from this swamp pit. Shut up! Just go away! I won't hear another word of this. You're lucky there's a Shadow Scale involved, or I'd burn down that whole farm just to spite you all. Then no one would get anything. Is that what you want? Oh, just go away!
I suppose I could use another break.
Biko! Can we speak? I have a business opportunity. You look like someone who knows a good business opportunity when you see one. Much profit. Will you hear me out? Increased business for me, extra gold for you. I believe the Imperials call it a win-win situation. The prominent trader Captain Jimala arrived in port. If we can convince her to export my Vosa Satas, the possibilities for profit are endless. The instrument of my people. For many Argonians, the dulcet croaks of a Vosa Sata remind them of the sounds of home. Act as my envoy and bring this opportunity to Captain Jimala. Help me secure a trade agreement and I will compensate you. First, we must learn everything we can about Captain Jimala and how to make a good impression. Talk to people who have dealt with her before, such as Tolwyn, Claus the Ghost, and Rujawan. I'll catch up with you so we can plan our next move. Appearances, Biko, appearances. Jimala travels the world and has refined tastes. One cannot simply walk up to her and offer their wares like a wandering merchant. No, we must make a good first impression. And to do that, I need you to serve as my envoy. Of course, outsiders respond better to people they see as important. We're partners, equals in this endeavor. Serving as my envoy is for appearances only. It makes us both look good and improves our chances to secure a deal with the captain. You have worked with the legendary Khajiit Sea Captain? Biko, the sun truly shines on me today. Even so, I do not want a deal that's purely dependent on her goodwill toward you. We need to prove that I am a worthy trade partner.
I wonder what the Dominion thought when they saw you burn their ship.
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles.
It seems that Cyrodiilic Collections just found something worthwhile. Their Khajiit lockpick brought around to drink at the tavern.
Your voice is more beautiful than the croaking of a bossa.
Yes, Is there something I can do for you, Ojel? What is this really about, outsider? Are you trying to intrude upon my business? I assure you, Captain Jimala knows a rogue and a cheat when she sees one. That's why we have such an ironclad agreement. Ah, Neshdika must have employed you as an envoy. Very clever. Know that Captain Jimala is a shrewd negotiator, but a fair partner. Speak true and bargain in good faith. That will earn you the respect of the Master of the Prowler. Yes, the Prowler. Captain Jimala's ship. She can't very well be a sea captain and prominent trader without a good vessel. You need to know these things if you hope to impress the captain.
Welcome to Lilmoth, friend. Is that a shrewd and discerning gaze I detect? I know a fellow entrepreneur when I meet one. I'm a financier, you see, and I have an exciting business proposition, if you're interested, of course. The Khajiit Sea Captain, huh? Everyone wants to work with Jimala. I met her a few months ago. I needed a reliable ship to carry Alikiri trade goods. No small thing, what with the war and all. Jimala made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Impress her? No, that wasn't how I got close to the sea captain. No, I showed her courtesy and respect. I deferred to her expertise and let her suggest the best way we could work together. That's how I caught Jimala's eye.
Khajiit have laughter in their bellies, the Nords have mead in their blood, and the Wood Elves, well, they have plants for brains. But the Argonians, they have an alluring air of mystery, no?
The wind carries you back. Now speak true, and say how you fared. I express genuine surprise and admiration. Whether the necromancer stays dead, hard to say, but very good that roots were destroyed. The Naga Corps do not hug or show any kind of affection toward outsiders. Instead, take this reward and go away.
You don't look like you require protection, Sharptooth. You need something, or is this a social call? And if I killed someone you knew, remember that I'm a mercenary. It wasn't personal. It was just business. Neshdika, the instrument crafter? Interesting. Sure, I know the captain. She hires me to escort her around the marsh sometimes. Matter of fact, I provided protection when she was last in port. I heard she's back, but I haven't spoken to her. Often enough to put a few meals on the table. The captain can handle herself, but she recognizes the value of local talent. Hiring a sellsword like me provides her with someone who speaks the language and knows the native customs. I did my job and made sure to follow the captain's commands to the letter. Captain Jimala appreciates a no-nonsense approach to my kind of work. I handle the rough stuff, but I never instigate trouble. I solve problems, I don't cause them. No surprise there. I'm what the locals call a Lucial Argonian, an out-of-towner. Basically, Argonians who leave the swamp and live among the dryskins, as well as those born in other regions. You get a few suspicious looks from the locals, the Naga in particular, but for the most part, we're more or less left alone. Honestly, it'd be hard-pressed to find an Argonian in Murkmire who really resents much of anything. Yeah, except for the pity everyone shows me. The locals can't imagine life away from the Hist. I'd be lying if I said there was nothing to it. Out in Alakir, I rarely even thought about the Hist. Now that I'm here, I actually miss it. It's weird.
New partner, come, speak with me. Ah, my friend and partner. Were you able to find out about Captain Jimala's likes and dislikes? Anything that will improve our chances to make a deal would be helpful. Well then, we should have little trouble. I am all those things and more when it comes to business. We just need to complete a Vosa Sattel so we can present it to the good captain. That is sure to convince her to deal with us. You can gather the frogs while I put the finishing touches on the instrument. We'll need mossfoot croakers, ruby hoppers, indigo tree frogs, and sun-blessed toads. Here, I wrote everything down so you won't have to remember all the details. What a strange question. We need the frogs for the Vosa Sattel. How else would the instrument produce its sweet-sounding melodies? The note explains how to catch each frog. Once you have them all, return to my shop, and we'll finish the instrument. Ask, and I'll do my best to answer. Partners must be completely honest with each other. Providing detailed explanations is just the mushroom on the log when it comes to total honesty. The frogs are the heart of the Vosa Sattel. Each little croaker, when nestled in its chamber inside the instrument, adds its voice to create the melodious sound. Happy frogs produce the most harmonious and joyful sounds. Imagine being pampered and cared for in a safe, comfortable environment, singing alongside your closest and dearest friends. That's the life of a Vosa Sattel frog. Every nest inside the instrument is warm and moist, full of mud and tasty treats. Mossfoot croakers nest in the reeds that grow along the shore east of Lilmoth. These playful frogs have no natural predators. They eagerly greet visitors. I suggest you gather these green little fellows first, as they are easiest to catch. Second, seek out the ruby hoppers. These red frogs like to sun themselves on stones around Lilmoth. Approach cautiously, however, or the ruby hopper will run. Once frightened, they often hide by the big tree at the center of town. Ah, the indigo tree frog. It nests high up in the trees, but loves the taste of flesh flies. Find the right trees, gather some insects, and release them beneath the branches. When the blue frogs hop down to feast, simply grab them. Sun-blessed toads. They nest in mud pits, emerging every few seasons to mate. To lure them out, make a musk out of stench sedge, salt rush, and joy mallow. Find a pit that has a croak wheel and pour the musk on yourself. Then just turn the wheel. I'll be in my shop, preparing the Vosa Satel. See you soon, partner.
There's always more to do.
Ah, my esteemed Biko. I'm sure you come with good tidings. After all, my claim is as strong as the roots of the hist. What? Rub oil into my scales? Whatever for? Negotiate? Is the matter not settled? All right. I'm not foolish enough to go against the Shadow Scale's command. Besides, my words are sure to sway all present. I'll make sure to attend the negotiation. You needn't trouble yourself further. Oh, not surprising. We wrote a lot of letters to each other. Beheza would often conduct business on behalf of her egg sister. Just what do you think you're implying? You listen to me, Mudfish, and you listen well. My business is all above board, and I do not give one lick of a toad's backside what you think you found. Now go jump on the bog.
It seems that Cyrodiilic Collections just found something worthwhile. Their Khajiit lockpicker.
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles.
Thank you both for agreeing to this negotiation.
Of course. Far be it from me to deny the wisdom of a shadow scale.
Oh, please. Let's just get this over with.
Before we begin negotiations, I want the two of you to shake hands, amicably, to show your good intentions in coming here.
What happened? What did you do?
What was asked of me, I resolved their dispute. I entrust the farm to you, Chukzu. You do best to not disappoint me.
By the hist, did you see that? They just touched and exploded. I suppose I can't be too surprised. I was the one who suggested we go to a shadow scale in the first place, though this is not the resolution I had in mind.
And so, the farm now belongs to one who is worthy of it. I'd much rather pass such judgment with my own hands, of course. But at my age, this is the best I can manage. I saw the needed resolution and acted accordingly, that is all. My rulings are always just, though not always pleasant. I thank you for your aid in the matter. Here, a reward is only fitting. In the name of Sithis, I have brought about the needed change. That which hindered has been removed. That which must be, shall be. May the Dread Father guide your blade.
I think I have to lie down for a moment. And after that, it's off to get the farm back in order. Let's just hope I can honor Kimaru's dedication. Elsewise, well, I don't want to think about the elsewise.
In the name of Sithis, it seems the midge dislikes my judgment. Weeds choke the garden, and so they are uprooted. The limb begins to wither, and so it is cut away. A sacrament is uttered, and so a life is taken. That is the will of Sithis. Perhaps, but it would not have been the shadow scale way. In the name of Sithis, to have the admiration of a midge. Should I be honored? Truly, you must be acquainted with many who hold your opinion to quite a high standard. But I act from the will of the Dread Father, and he alone. Your words hold no weight.
Hail again, friend. how goes your frog collecting? I hate to bother, friend partner, but you have been gone for a long time. Are the frogs giving you any trouble? I only ask because striking a deal with Captain Jimala is terribly important to me. Yes, I should have noticed. Your basket practically bulges. As for the Sunblessed Toads, they are the most slippery of the bunch. Do you need me to tell you how to gather them again? Then don't let me keep you, Biko. Get out there and gather the last of those toads.
This is not what I paid for. There were bugs in my linens this morning. Bugs!
Black Marsh, my lady. Black Marsh. How could you not expect such?
Though the Saxhleel generally choose to live in tribes based around a history, Lilmar was a merchant.
Have you heard that Cyrodiilic
It seems that Cyrodiilic Collections just found something worthwhile. Their Khajiit lockpicker just brought a round of drinks at the tavern.
I heard. Seems they finally found their way into the Sonagiva Zanmir.
Sonagiva? Didn't that place just collapse?
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles.
Ah, is that the aroma of toad musk I smell? How delightful! I hope you were gentle with the little croakers. They need to be calm and relaxed to produce the most pleasing sounds. So they are! How good of you to join us, little croakers. Let's go inside, Biko. Our happy chorus must be fitted into the Vosa saddle. I envy them their new lives of pampered luxury. We should all be so lucky. Welcome to your new home, my little friends. Now, let's listen to how it sounds. Pure perfection! Take this masterpiece to Captain Jimala with my compliments. That should secure us a deal. Our little friends are happy, I am happy, and Captain Jimala will be happy very soon. Oh, sun-filled day! Remember, when the captain asks you who created this masterpiece, shout my name with great enthusiasm. Neshtika, the pride of Lilmar. Our little friends are happy. Of course. I always keep an ear hole open for important information such as that. Last I heard, Captain Jimala was drinking at the tavern. Go to her, present yourself as my envoy, give her the Vosa saddle, and get her to agree to export them.
I'm surprised to see you in this part of the world, old friend. Not that I'm complaining. It's always good to see you. But what are you doing in this land of mud and bugs? Intriguing. Deals keep bringing me back to this swamp after all. So many captains consider Lilmoth to be beneath their notice, but their loss is my gain. Very well, speak. What's your proposition? Vosa, what now? Tell me more, envoy. What is this contraption and why should I care? Oh, the sound of home. Yes, I can see the profit in that. I target tavern owners with Argonian clientele. But what sort of instrument is this? I've never seen anything like it. I think what you said will make more sense after another couple of drinks. Still, it's exotic, I'll give it that. And I love a good challenge. Very well. Tell Nashtika we have a deal. Let's start with 5 of these and see how they sell. It sounds like, well, a bunch of croaking frogs to me. But I suppose Argonians might find the noise to be soothing. We'll see how it sells, and then decide whether or not to expand our arrangement.
Have you heard that
It seems that Cyrodiilic Collections just found something worthwhile. Their Khajiit locked them just bought around the brink.
So, tell me, friend partner, was Captain Jimala impressed? Will she sell my Vosa sattles in far-off lands? The sun shines on my scales. 5 Vosa sattles. I am going to need so many frogs. No worries, Biko. I will gather the little croakers myself. The next few days will be very busy, but very profitable. Speaking of profit, this is for you. Thank you. Thank you for all your help, friend partner. I could speak all day with you about the wonders of Murkmire, but I have work to do, and new Vosa saddles to craft. Soon, all Tamriel will fall asleep to the soothing sounds of beautiful frog song.
It seems that Cyrodiilic Collections just found something
Have you
worthwhile.
heard that Cyrodiilic Collections managed to obtain the golden skull for your car?
I joined Cyrodiilic Collections for excitement and a bit of gold, not to be abducted and interrogated like a common hood. Ugh, this place is just a pit. I'm heading back to Anvil first chance I get.
I don't know who was worse. The blackguards who kidnapped us or those Deadwater Nagas they cooped us up with. I think they might have eaten me if things got dire. Thank you for freeing me from that place, friend.
Well, that makes 2 pits you've pulled me out of. I just don't think I'm cut out for this sort of work. Maybe I'll open a meadery in Lilmoth. The bees here in Murkmire are, well, huge. But I'm sure I can make do.
Rescued? That is what they say. Brave, beautiful Zadaza rescued by the new blood. Zispo. Vara will never let this one hear the end of it. Oh, do not get your tail in a twist. Zadaza is not mad, just disappointed. This one was moments away from mounting a daring escape when you arrived. The stuff of legends. Still, we work with Familia. Zadaza will get another chance before long, yes?
You're the one who saved Fort Zirin. Terrible what happened at Foyan Docks, though.
Take care of yourself. No one else will. Count on it.
Welcome back. We have a great deal to discuss, but you should speak with Familia first. She is anxious to hear what you discovered.
You're back! Fabulous! Some of my missing friends already tracked me down, telling tales of a daring, fiery rescue. Marvelous! What happened out there? So the Deadwater tribe helped you after all? What a fascinating development. Between your heroism and Jaxic Orn's raw strength, I'm sure you showed those brutes what for. I hesitate to ask, but what did the blackguards learn about the Remnant? Well then, there's not a moment to lose. We will redouble our efforts. We cannot allow those thugs to claim something as valuable as the Remnant. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We should probably discuss this matter with Cassandra. Oh, no surprise there. Even so, they must understand we only mean to help. Zukas knows my motives are pure, and this Deadwater warrior proved she's willing to collaborate when the situation requires it. We'll win them over. I'm sure of it.
So, you return victorious. You have my most sincere gratitude, and that of the explorers you rescued. Now, as to the blackguards, we should assume that they learned a great deal from our friends and the Deadwater warriors. Wouldn't you agree? Unfortunate. I can tell you as an expert of Argonian archaeology, the idea of one of those ignorant thugs handling such a valuable antiquity makes me very uncomfortable. Did they mention why they seek this thing? I have some experience with wealth. Jangling gold in front of a pack of cutthroats is an act of crude desperation. This person is either a fool or a victim of some obsession. In either case, we cannot let this remnant fall into their hands. We can discuss that in a moment. First, we owe you a significant sum. It's only right that we settle the books on that first. I hope this is sufficient. I assure you, there will be much more if you choose to join us. Once again, you have my thanks. You've done a great deal for us already. I wonder if you're willing to do a bit more. While Familia has proven a steadfast companion, I believe our current predicament requires someone a bit more adroit when things take a turn for the perilous. I do. One of your native companions warned you off of it, didn't they? Believe me, I sympathize. But despite my lifestyle, I'm still an Argonian, one with ample means. Who would I be if I didn't use that wealth to help my people? Yes, you are clearly the best at what you do. I can think of no one more qualified to lead this endeavor. You and Zukas have grown close, correct? He knows a great deal about the Remnant, I'm sure. Please, convince him we only want to help. Thank you for your efforts thus far, and your achievements to come. I have business in Alton Mirghiel. Perhaps we can reconvene there once you've made your inquiries with Zukas. It is. I spent the greater part of my youth in Cyrodiil. Taking on Imperial dress, name, and customs made things easier. Of course, it makes things here in Murkmire more complicated. One of my life's many ironies. No, I was hatched in Morrowind. You'll forgive me if I don't elaborate. It was a very difficult time, one best forgotten. As my native eggkin say, best to let it pass. The Antiquities Market. No surprise there, I'm sure. I know I'm a bit starchy now, but in my youth, I was quite the explorer. I discovered several untouched Ayleid ruins and auctioned their treasures for a tidy sum. Hardly. The Ayleids treated my ancestors very poorly. I prefer to think of this as simple reparations. In any case, my business interests are purely philanthropic now. Like Familia, I only seek to preserve Argonian relics for future generations. It is, in fact. You have a very keen eye. You should know that the crystal was a tremendous discovery. Vaka stones like this one are very difficult to come by. Familia didn't tell you? Vaka stones are mysterious crystals, not unlike the Ayleid Welkin stones. Our ancestors used them to store the raw magicka that falls from the sun, thus their radiant yellow hue. Powerful relics, to be sure. If an opportunity presents itself, perhaps. I suspect that some ancient Argonian relics require Vaka stones to function. No doomsday devices, though, I promise. An item of tremendous historical significance and arcane power. Very little scholarship exists on the subject, but I do know a little. Argonian elders often referred to it as a sacred egg, or Zalthithel. Eggs always contain something, right? Answers. About the Hist, their beginnings, their powers, their intentions. All I know for certain is that it does not contain simple coins or ancient bric-a-brac. The Remnant is a vessel for great power. We must be cautious and well prepared. Whatever is best for the people of Murkmire. I won't act without their consultation if that's what you're worried about. Again, I may be something of an outsider, but I am still an Argonian. This isn't some purely academic matter for me. I honestly couldn't say. Most of that history was beaten out of my exiles by the Dark Elves centuries before I was born. Slavers take great pains to destroy our racial identity, you see. Makes us easier to control, I suppose. You mean, has the Hist spoken to me? I'd prefer not to talk about that right now. A conversation for another time.
So, you're off then. That's all to the good, I guess. I could do with a bit less peril, and I've got a lot of reading to do. The Remnant of Argon. How mysterious. I do love a good mystery. Give my best to Zukas, and be careful out there, all right?
don't you love the way the muck tingles your nose when mixed with the salty sea? I think the bog eels like it too. That is where my traps are fullest. Oh, I cannot afford to squander the fair season. I have many traps to lay before the bog eels root their way into deeper muck. If you have need of travel by sea, there are many sailors in Lilmoth. Oh, but that you likely know. Some for roasting, some for skinning, some for their eggs. We find many uses for them. Me, I prefer the roasting. Eel leather is very supple, but I love the way it crisps over an open flame.
What were you thinking, bringing this...
With so much commotion in the village recently, it's a wonder any work has been done at all.
Hist. That is an aberration. You'll poison the Hist with its corruption.
You're heartless.
I am only thinking of the good of the tribe.
Let the Treeminder decide. I regret you had to see that. Sikat Yol is normally a more peaceful, welcoming place to visit. We found this pitiable soul limping his way to our village. I almost took him for a bog blight at first, but this Saxleel was alive when I found him, if only barely. I tried to help him, but he lashed out and collapsed. He died shortly after. I've never seen anything like this. He's like mud packed too wet, unable to hold its shape. I hope the Hist guides Treeminder Pavu toward an answer. She's never far from the Hist, if it can be helped. That is her home there. Take no offense if she is concerned with more pressing matters.
I did not know how much like us the Nords are. This brew they make tastes like bark and gives me deep, warm sap feelings. Me? I have never been better. It's bonding season. I mean, I'm not planning on it myself, but my head swims like a mud skipper, so who knows where my night may lead. Bee ears. I do not know how the Nords make brew from such things, but I like it. I should have Vetrashat ask her guest about getting more. Perhaps she will accept Weevil Eyes in trade. Ruhiva, I don't mean to seem dry to you. I can't erect my spines because of these Nord bee ears. I wouldn't have thought to try bee ears when they have so much honey. Me? I have never been better. It's...
Have you seen bottles of Nord beer sitting around anywhere? I was going to offer them to my host for her kindness, but I think they walked off with the rest of my party. Ugh, Orky's naughty nose. They take the beer and forget me.
Watch your step, Ogel. I have not yet replaced all the planks that Sithis has its eye on. Care it does not take you when it comes to claim them.
thinking, bringing this thing here?
Look at it, Iskanaz.
We should leave it.
This
You
one is
agree?
dressed with
Oh,
the roots of the hiss.
Treeminder, the Ogel, just as you said.
Greetings. I am Treeminder Pavu of the Brightthroat tribe. The chimes spoke of a visitor's approach. Our hist welcomes you within its boughs, and so do we. I regret that you arrive for what should be a joyous occasion to find only worries and troubles. We are amidst the preparations for our tribe's most vital ceremony. Now a warped and withered stranger has died at our roots. An ill omen for the arrival of our guests. I am troubled, Ogel, because I do not hear what the hist is trying to tell me. These past weeks, the hist has been agitated. It has given me signs that I believed were warnings for the bonding to come, but now I feel that I've misinterpreted. It is this clutch that is in peril, and it is you who can save it. The chimes speak of pain. Our children are suffering, but they are not hatched. The egg tenders have brought me no concerns about the clutch's well-being, but the hist always speaks truth. Go with Iskanaz. See what I am blind to. The only thing I am certain of is the hist's grief. If the hist tells me our eggs are suffering, then it must be so. The egg tenders either can't or won't tell me what is wrong. So, my hope is you will fare better. The hist's wisdom is infinite, but our ability to understand them is limited. To commune with the hist is to see, to hear, to smell, to feel, and even to taste in a way not your own. Discerning the meaning of these signs is not a simple thing. The hist favors you, but there are other reasons. Secrets kept from a treeminder may be less well hidden from a stranger. They are not suited to it. Suspicion is not in our nature. I only even consider wrongdoing because I must. I cannot turn to our allies for aid either. If they begin to view our tribe as untrustworthy or incapable, the ties that bind us would break. Unlike many tribes, we welcome Ogel to join in our bonding ritual. Through this, our tribes become true eggkin, and we enjoy peace and prosperity as one. Who would bond with us if we allowed our clutches to come to harm? In that, you see my concern. It is the time when a new clutch of eggs is conceived. The egg bearers and sires are chosen, and through the bonding ritual renew the tribe. It is a significant time for any tribe, but especially so for the Brightthroats. We bond with other tribes. Our bonding ritual is more than a simple ceremony. It is the renewal of our vows. To call it off so abruptly, without explanation, would invite questions of our commitment to our allies. I must know if my fears are justified first.
I will be at the... I am Iskanaz, Vovaste to Treeminder Pavu. I am at your service. I promise to leave you with a fine impression of our tribe.
I don't wish to question your knowledge of such things, but it might be best if you speak with the egg tenders before visiting the nests. They can speak to anything you would want to know about our eggs. Oh, I don't wish to speak ill of anyone of the tribe. I only hear idle gossip from time to time. I'm told Keenom has the bad habit of speaking his mind too freely and listening poorly, but I have never heard complaint of his egg tending. I am her student, and she is my teacher. One day I will commune with the Hist as she does, and share its wisdom with the tribe. A great duty, and also a great responsibility. You see how it weighs on her. The hardest decisions always fall to her. Oh no, put that from your mind. It is not a normal occurrence, I assure you. My root brother found that disfigured creature approaching our village, clearly injured or ill. It died before it could cause any harm. I only meant to keep it that way. There were similarities, but I question that it was a Saxleal. Maybe once, but not as the thing we saw here. My misguided kin meant only kindness for an unfortunate soul, but that small act could carry grave consequences for our entire tribe. Yes, you understand. I would not wish that terrible fate on any of my tribe, or even my enemies. Not that I have enemies. I am very well liked. And if the Hist was made ill, I dare not think of it. Perhaps a tour of the egg tender's quarters is of interest. It is just up the way. Our visit should not arouse suspicion. We host many guests, but your discretion would be appreciated. Ah, Keenom, Mime. We have a guest very interested in our customs. Please, show them the utmost courtesy.
Sorry about the mess here. Got kicked over during the commotion earlier. You really want to talk to me? Visitors never want to talk to the egg tenders. Did you know that we are the only tribe that bonds with other tribes? It may not seem so from the luster of our scales, but it's true. Well, my egg sister Mina had to lay her first clutch with a copper eye that didn't know which direction his tail should face. But no. We care for our eggs, but the Hist guides their development. Not all eggs are destined to hatch, though. They return to the Hist. There are signs to look for. Dry shells, lacking luster, thin membrane, an empty shadow.
Inevitably, they sink into the roots and fade away. Those that remain are always healthy members of the tribe. Because they are bright throats, we are shaped the way our hist desires. Strange. Let me see them. Oh, these are just dragonthorn. Nothing to be concerned about. Don't know how they got mixed in with the fruit, unless someone's feeling superstitious. Well, it has many uses, but we mostly grow it for potions to add in fruitful bonding. Our ancestors believed chewing the leaves helps the body prepare healthy eggs. Nobody really does that anymore. We trade it to the Deadwater for their warriors, to give them vigor in battle. But I hear they've been having problems with reproduction, so I'm told there are some other, unsavory uses, but I wouldn't know anything about that. Well, they return because they are bright throats. We are. You sure? I could tell you about egg rotation. Well, come back anytime. I only ever get to talk to the other egg tenders, and it's not like they need me to tell them about what it's like.
Have you come to learn all you can about egg tending before you witness our bonding ritual? I'm sure Mime would be happy to help you. I am soon to begin my watch of the nests, and I wish to enjoy the peace and quiet a while longer. It is normally quite pleasant, but before the bonding ritual it becomes insufferable. Suddenly the village is full of experts, if you take my meaning. The sooner it's back to just me and the eggs, the better. No, just dries my scales. The eggs are blissfully unaware of all this scrutiny, I think. I don't remember all the gawking and complaining, certainly. Now, if you don't mind, I think Mime would make better company right now. Some herb. Smells sharp as the thorns. Wouldn't use it to season fruit, that's for certain. Must be one of the others. Just put it back with the rest of the food. Maybe under glass. I'm no herbalist. If you're worried someone's trying to poison us, I promise I'm not going to eat it. I am going to get back to my drink, though.
Satisfied with your visit here? There is no rush. Anything in particular that caught your interest? Poison? Oh, this is dragonthorn. We mostly trade it to the Deadwater tribe, but it's a fairly ordinary medicinal plant. Several of the egg tenders are skilled herbalists. I don't see any reason it would be hidden intentionally. Then perhaps we have a traitor to the tribe. To think, it is beyond imagining. Quickly, let us check on the eggs. I pray we will find the truth before something terrible happens. You should visit the Uzith, our nest among the roots of the Hist. Perhaps the egg tenders on duty will provide something more useful. I will meet you at the Uzith, the nesting beds. This is the Uzith, the nest where our eggs are cared for. The egg tenders take every care to ensure that our offspring are healthy and safe.
Can you do this another time, Iskanaz? We're already behind.
This is the Uzith. It is normally bustling with activity around bonding time. My egg-kin must be preoccupied with the disturbing events of the day.
sorry. Did you need something? It's nothing. I'm just upset from an argument earlier. Forgive me. I just felt so sorry for him. The idea of leaving him to rot, I'm sorry. Can we talk about something else? No. Why would you think there's something wrong?
What? No. No. That can't be. It can't. I have to go. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Keok! That's the second time today. What did you say to her? You just doubled my workload. True. We're also known for our social savvy, so quit trying to blow bubbles up my bog and tell me why you're here. That busybody, Izkanaz, ask you to spy on us now? I swear he'll go running to the tree minder over the littlest thing. What? No, that's not true. Look for yourself. These eggs are as healthy as any I've ever seen. They return to the Hist. It happens to a few eggs in almost every clutch. Sometimes the Hist just doesn't believe it's time for a soul to return. The Hist takes them back, and we focus our efforts on nurturing those intended to hatch. No! I can't believe even the tree minder is being paranoid about the upcoming bonding ritual. These eggs are going to shine like gems when the envoys arrive. If everyone would stop fussing over us.
Oh my. Hasara. She's not still angry with me, is she? Ah, well, yes. She is a sensitive soul. It is what makes her such a skilled egg tender, but... And I don't wish to speak ill. The river of her heart is so full that it does not take much to flood. I'm sure once she has had time to get a hold of herself, she will return. Perhaps we should continue our search in the meantime. The empty nest. Those eggs were returned to the Hist. Were the eggs poisoned, or was the poisoner's intent to harm the Hist? This is terrible. You are right, of course. Let me think. Think. This dragonthorn looks fresh, so it must have been picked recently. We cultivate ours in a small glade near to the village. That would be the easiest place to gather this much of the herb. Forgive me, but I must report your findings to the tree minder. I will return to your side with all the swiftness of a strangler vine. The glade is not far. I will meet you there as soon as I can. Over here, look! A body in our drying hut. I don't like the look of this, Biko Gel. I will keep my distance until you know it is safe. He's really dead. He looks to be Vishkalil. You can never be certain with the ghost people. What happened here? That dead man is one of the Vishkalil, the ghost people tribe. Are they responsible for our troubles? Who would want to kill Hasura? That makes no sense. And who killed the Vishkalil? Don't tell me you think Hasura killed this Ojel. She averts her gaze from our cook fires for pity of the creatures on the spits. She could never have done this. As mud is my mother, it's true. How could she? Giving our eggs to the Vishkalil of all people. I don't care if they were not meant to hatch. The ghost people should never have been allowed to lay a hand on our eggs. We must tell Pavu. What about Hasura? Let the Vishkalil take her for what she's done. I'm sorry. I did not mean that. They'll kill her, or worse. Hasura will have to face judgment for her actions, but it should be the tribe's judgment. You hear that? Hasura, is that you? It's alive. Don't let it get me. Oh. Another of these twisted branches dies among our roots. This is no coincidence. These things must be the work of the Vishkalil, sent to poison our hist with their corruption. The Ghost People tribe. They make their home in the lightless corners of the deep swamp. Vishkalil only leave their lands to creep through the night and steal the dead. Even the brutal Roothouse people will return Saxlil dead to their tribes, so they may return to the Hist. Not the Ghost People. They keep those lost souls for themselves, burying the bodies in the roots of their Hist. Or worse, profaning them in strange rituals that keep souls from the Hist, or giving the dead legs to wander through the murk as dreadful watchmen. They mean to poison the whole village and steal our dead. We must find where these monstrosities come from. We mustn't let this trail go cold. This may be our only chance to find the vile den of the Vishkalil before they unleash more foulness upon us. All the more reason to keep on the path before us. She may have bested the attacker we found, but perhaps there were others. The only thing certain is that she will not be safe until the Vishkalil are dealt with. Never in 1,000 lifetimes did I imagine I would willingly seek out a Vishkalil's den. And just looking at these scales make me itch. Please, let it be my imagination. This might be working. This might be working. Ugh, that smell. We must be near the Blight Bog sump. Of course, this is where the Vishkalil would make their home. Hasura!
I tried to save them. It all went wrong.
Oh, Hasura, what have you done?
She promised me she could save them. She promised me we were going to care for them and they'd live. I just wanted them to live. I don't know. She convinced me to bring her these eggs only to poison them. Look what she's done to my babies. How could anyone do something so cruel? I know. A mother knows. Rinakal's poison did this to them. Why? Why did she do this to us? People speak of the Vish Khalil as if they're monsters, but Rinakal seemed warm to me. She listened to me. She understood my emptiness. She took away my pain. I trusted her more than my own eggkin. I feel like such a fool. They don't feel the way I do. How can they? They have been chosen for the bonding ritual. Every day I tend to children that aren't my own. I love them. I really do. But it's not the same. They don't understand. I've tried, but her concerns are always pointed outward. She must think of the good of our tribe. My desires are small compared to the needs of diplomacy. No. Is that what you want to hear me say? That I was stupid, foolish, pathetic? I know it. I can never forget it. When I look at those unseeded eggs, I just see myself, incomplete, broken. Seeing them fade away breaks my heart. Rinakal saw that and offered me hope. I just wanted to believe it, all of it, that we'd all be happy. It was too much to ask. It was for me at first. I thought I could make myself the best choice for the bonding ritual with it. When Rinakal asked me to bring her our unseeded eggs, I rubbed it on the shells to give them time, to strengthen them so we could save them.
Zuth! More of these creatures among broken eggs.
These
piled up like refuse.
Babies. How could you?
Ugh, don't breathe it in. My nose burns from here. Ew. A terrible odor. It sticks in my throat. We should take Hasura and go. Surely you've gathered enough to prove how dire the situation is. No. You're telling me these creatures, they came from our eggs? I thought I was prepared for the worst, but this is abomination. I must warn Pavu. She will know what to do. We are a peaceful tribe. Our village is not prepared to face monsters made from their own flesh and blood. I must warn them. If you wish to wade deeper into foul waters, I will ask the Hist to watch over you. Pavu will know what to do. She must.
It was all a lie, wasn't it? She never intended to help my children live. She doesn't even care that she's hurting them. She's using them, twisting them. She's a monster. She's made my babies monsters. You think they're alive? Please, we have to find them. They need me. I can't let Rinacal keep hurting them. Please, just let me love them, even for a moment. I don't want them to be alone in the end. No, but if my children are tainted by these vile poisons, we may be able to follow their trail, if it doesn't kill us. The air is still down here. The fumes will linger a long time. Renacal's poisons shouldn't exist. I don't know how, but I'll make sure they never hurt anyone again. The trail is headed this way. I found you. I finally found you. Please, let us help. They're making more poison. Be careful. I'll try to mix an antidote. Don't bite the poison. I can cure you. I'm sorry. I just wanted to take the pain away. The trail leads here. He's oozing poison. Quickly, he's spitting. I'm sorry. I just wanted to take the pain away. We can't let Renakal do this to anyone else. No one should have to feel this kind of pain. I'm ready. I don't care what it takes. I won't let her hurt my children anymore. It'll be enough to be there and know it's over. I don't want to hurt anyone ever again. I think we're close. I just feel it.
Hathara, you wanted to be here when they hatched so badly. Now's your chance.
These were supposed to be our children.
I'm so close. Can't you see that? You can have your children.
I don't deserve them.
You never did. Kill them!
Over here. I have an antidote. Wait! She's not like the others! See? She's no danger to anyone. She doesn't have to be like the others. Isn't she beautiful? My little girl. Nothing's wrong with her. She's just a child, that's all. She needs someone to care for her. She needs her mother. I know she looks grown up, but that was Renakal's doing. She made her grow, but she never cared for her. She never raised her. That's why she's like this. I can fix that. I'll take her home. I can care for her there. Being part of the tribe will help her. She's a bright throat. She belongs with our Hist. They can punish me. I don't care. I deserve it. But this one has suffered enough. Pavu will understand. She will. No, she isn't ready yet. Can't you see she's scared? When I've calmed her down, I'll bring her home. You go back to Pavu. Tell them it's over now. I want some time with my little girl. She's a bright throat. She belongs with our Hist.